One of the danger spots in any college football season. Ranked team against unranked opponent. And we'll see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes. Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see a squad from the MAC, the Bowling Green Falcons, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Falcons will get us started with the opening kickoff. And he takes this from inside the 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. So Ohio State's offense will go to work first. And they're going to be met by one of the best defenses in the nation, David. And I know seeing a defense doing what they want, when they want to do it, makes you a happy man.
Right, defense is starting to make a comeback. Like, I'm excited about this new era of football. Like, we're seeing better tackling and we're seeing better coverage than we were a couple years ago. And this defense is fun to watch them on tape, fun to talk to their coaches. Jesse, this defense has been consistent all year long.
And they're dialed in, and they're so talented. They've got multiple NFL draft picks on that side of the football, and they don't have to change a lot week to week. This defense dominates. They do what they do, and they don't care if you know it. You can't do anything against them.
He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. The Buckeyes come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. To the air, it's Sayin. The quick out. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. And the Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man quickly. Sweet cut there. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. The Buckeyes look to keep this drive humming. Wants to throw on first down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And he's got it inside the 10. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Buckeyes! They're on the board first here in the season opener. That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive figure.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the final 53 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. So the Bowling Green Falcons offense has its first opportunity of the day. And, David, they've got a guy in the backfield that certainly is capable of carrying more than his share of the weight in this offensive attack.
Now, he's a piece, but I would argue this, Reese. Like, you need to get the ground game going. For this offense to be successful, they need a physical tone setter, and he can be that, sometimes up, sometimes down. They need that consistently, Jesse.
But they need him to show up when it matters the most, and there's going to be times in this game like we've seen throughout his career when the defense wants to take away wide receivers or players on the perimeter. That's when this guy has to show up and shine. He's got vision, he's got cutting ability, he's got speed, but that's got to be on display in this game.
On third down, he drops to throw. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. And the Falcons will punt this one away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. And this punt will be down just inside the 30-yard line.
And these punt returners only get so many opportunities to try to make plays, and do they want to make them? So much space back there when you punt them the football. But the thing is, look at all these guys
Turning it on! They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain.
Yeah, and there you go again. Ohio State bringing the ground game. They typically do that, Reese. That's pretty normal.
They've built their entire program around it. Archie Griffin, two-time Heisman Trophy winner. You go back to Hopalong Cassidy. I mean, the Buckeyes love to run the ball, no matter how many times they spin the magic beat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, this defense knew they had a tall task playing against this Heisman-caliber quarterback, and the best way to affect him is with pressure. They were able to hit him on that play, and that forced him.
Makes the grab on the big throw. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the second drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now it's paying off.
Dropping back, it's Sayin. Quickly out to the tight end. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
A solid pickup, and he goes out of bounds at the 30.
How many first downs is that alone, just on this drive? The defense, they keep this up, they're going to get worn out and continue to...
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. The Buckeyes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. The give on the inside. Across the 25. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the first down. And the Buckeyes are threatening in the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Finds his big tight end. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back to pass. Pressure coming. They get to him, and boy, did this defense need that.
But getting to this quarterback is pivotal. You saw it last drive, way too much time. They score a touchdown. Nice job on second down. Anticipating the pass, playing the pass, getting the sack, and now forcing a difficult third down.
Looking for the score. Touchdown, Ohio State. They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone.
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I'll tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they can become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he'll bring it out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. They'll try the run. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. They'll go to the ground. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
Sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And down he goes back at the 3.
Protecting the quarterback is what got this team in trouble last week, right? They lost that game in large part because they gave up 4 sacks, and here we are early in the game, first quarter. They've already given up 1 again. This offensive line has got to be able to figure it out. They're just not communicating up front. They're letting guys run scot-free at the QB.
The Falcons will send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And they'll down this punt just inside the 40-yard line.
And these punt returners want to make big plays, but man, oh man, did he make a big mistake, flipping the field position, defense flying in on him, and he did not secure the football in that play.
They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not 2nd and long. It's not 3rd and long. Now it's the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
From the gun, the running back has it. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Up to 45 yards rushing in the early going, and he is making an impact in the first game of the season. Just when they're looking run, now up top. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here, and they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. Now, the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Leaves it with the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Well, I'm sure there are a lot of emotions, a homecoming of sorts as he comes back to the place where he played as the head coach of the opposition.
You know it holds a special place in his heart. And he's right now taking the field thinking about all the great memories he shared with his teammates, with his family, with the fans during his time. But he's got a job, David. He's coaching on the other sideline this one, and he wants to get the win for his team.
Oh, you dang right. And you got to pull back those feelings. It's great to be home.
And the quarterback will take a sack back in the 36.
Man, this defense is dominating all game long. They have been making this quarterback's life so difficult with their pass rush. They bring him down there for the sack. They're not giving anything up. They're leading this game by a lot. We're only in the second quarter, and this ain't going to change unless this offense can find a rhythm.
And the Falcons will punt it away on 4th down. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They'll start this drive from the 42. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. Caught in the backfield, it's Wilson. Getting closer and closer to midfield, out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 47. Line getting set on 2nd down. Running back searching for a hole. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Back to pass, it's Sayin. Wide open downfield. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air on 1st down. Makes the grab. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. The give out of the gun. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line. Let's talk just for a second about Ohio State. They're coming off an appearance in the national championship game last year, and you know they're looking to get back.
Yeah, they're motivated to take the next step. And, David, they feel like they've upgraded to several key positions this year, hoping that they can take it that one next step and win the Natty this season.
Yeah, it was one thing to get there, but, man, do you get even hungrier when you got there and you had to watch the other team celebrate? So a good chance to take out some demons, start this year off good, and maybe forget about last year's finish.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Now, you always want to get the home crowd jacked up and get them excited. Get out to an early lead, and they have 20-0. Defense playing well, offense playing well. They got a lot to cheer about here at home.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Notre Dame is currently ahead in this one, but it's been a close one so far in South Bend. They're up by 7 over Purdue. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Bowling Green has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game and you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
They just look like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a...
And that ball is live in the backfield. They recover their own fumble. Somehow, who knows how they got that thing back. The Falcons now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wants to fire on 2nd down. That type of pressure on the quarterback, that's vintage Ohio State, right in keeping with the legacy that's been established by the Buckeye team.
Yeah, and you take pride in that. You own that legacy with all those guys you see performing at a high level in the NFL. Man, you see that, you want to go get it, recruiting guys to fit those profiles. That's why Ohio State always has a good defensive line.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Finds him out of the backfield.
Nice job by the defense there on 3rd and long, just sitting back and keeping everything in front of them. They give up an easy completion, but because they were able to rally and make the tackle, now they set up 4th.
And the Falcons will call on their punt team. And this one will be touchdown down at the 25.
What a really good job by the punt team. Listen, you put all your speed, your athletes, a lot of starters are on these teams now in college football, and that's the reason why. You need these guys to go down, make plays, try to tackle these elusive guys in the open field, and hey, even cause a turnover, that's just gravy.
He now has 74 yards rushing already here in the first half. It's a season opener, but he's in midseason form. Now the play fake. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Ohio State. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Sayin. snagged in the middle. It's Miller. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw again. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Ohio State. They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
Well, this thing's turning into a rout. It's turning into a rout quickly. Really nice job by the offense there, but it's not just them. Their defense is getting it done. Their special teams are getting it done, and it just feels like they're really feeding off of this home crowd and their energy. This has been the definition of home field advantage in this football game.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they put the points on the board with that 37-yard touchdown pass. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. He'll pull it on the read. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. The Falcons want to pick up the tempo. To the air on 2nd down. Unleashes one. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down. 4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. A little release to the back.
And listen, that's not a surprise. Obviously, they want to throw the football on 3rd down and try to get a 1st down, but it got absolutely nowhere. Great job by the defense, rallying up and actually getting a tackle for a loss.
Hunt will bounce out of bounds, and they're going to spot it at the 25. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David, it's sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second.
Back to throw, it's Sayed. Finds his tight end. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. And the Buckeyes in a good spot here with 2nd and short.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on 1st down. Here's the pressure. Right on the money. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here. They'll run it from the gun. And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. And in the waning seconds of the 1st half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind. 1st half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Columbus for an entertaining 1st half than you? And talk about a 1st half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. Time to put an end to the speculation and find out. They're inside the horseshoe.
The Buckeyes will kick it away to start the second half. He'll bring it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. Starting this third quarter on the ground. Found just enough running room. He picks up 4 to the 15.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
A 1st and 10 for this offense. This time they'll go to the running game. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run. And the Falcons with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. They give it to him again. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. Really good start to this drive. They've moved the chains a couple of times. They've created some space. They'll snap it from the 36. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. So now it's 2nd and long. From the gun, the ground game. Only a couple there, and now staring at 3rd and 8.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can...
It's loose. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Off to the races to the right. Touchdown, Buckeyes. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
You know, the one thing that really worries head coaches coming into week 1 is ball security. You're worried about execution. This offense has done some good things early in this game, but you cannot put the ball on the ground because the defense will make you pay like they did right there, taking it all the way to the house.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he tacks on the extra point. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Michigan is running away with this one, thanks to an offense that's been clicking in every facet of the game. They're up 14 over Buffalo. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. Going right to work up top. Here comes the heat. And down he goes back at the 3.
Well, the offense got themselves into trouble. They're back in their own end. It's an obvious passing situation, so the defense is just pinning their ears back, and they're trying to get after him. They could not allow him to escape, step up, get rid of the football. They take a sack very close to the goal line.
The Falcons have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Here's the handoff. Finds a crevice and picks up 5 out to the 8.
Football is about adjustments. First half, line up, pound strong, pound strong. Second half, great job. You're going to move your defense and shift to try to account for that. Boom, we'll pull some guys and run a counter backside and have some success.
And the Falcons need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on 3rd down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down. The Falcons will bring the punt team onto the field. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. And the punt will come to rest just inside the 30. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. He leaves it with his back. Got the first down and still on his feet. He now has 85 yards rushing, and this offense wanted to establish the ground game, and man, have they started the season right in that regard. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The Buckeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. Fair catch is made at the 15-yard line, and that's where they'll start this drive. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Looking to throw on first down. With the catch, it's Clay. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Trying to impose their will with the run. He's knocked down behind the line of scrimmage again, and this just hasn't been his day. Nowhere to run.
The coaching staff defensively, they harp on this unit to be more physical, to fly to the football and gang tackle. You're seeing all of that in this game. That's why they're one of the best run defenses in the nation.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Tackle is made at the 30-yard line, and it'll be 4th down. And the Falcons decide to punt it away. Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. First play of this drive comes from the 27. To throw, it's Sayin. The short hands, it's Roberts. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. Takes the handoff. It's Jackson. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
And it's really nice to have a workhorse running back that you know you can feed and get productive gain after gain. Now over 100 yards. You've already got some separation on the scoreboard. I would continue to feed this workhorse.
Through his hands and incomplete. He normally makes that catch every time. It's second down.
And in this weather, man, you start to see more of this. You try to throw the ball harder to penetrate it through the weather and get it to your target, but just catching a football that's a little bit slippery sometimes, you'll see some of those drops, and it's just part of the game.
Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy. And the Buckeyes are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. From the gun, wants to pass. With the catch, it's Miller. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50+, and he did it with ease.
They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. Bringing it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Off the play fake on 1st down. Finds the tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Quarterback on the keeper. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Lining up to convert 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the big fella. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. The Falcons line up to punt it away. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
Yeah, and listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this.
Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. And with the way he's throwing it right now, there are some big names at the top of that record list. J.T. Barrett, Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields. Might be getting ready to move them down a notch.
And moving those guys down, that's a day. That's the day you dream about. That's the day where the ball's barely touching the ground, you're in a zone, and everything is going your way.
The kick is up and good and put 1 more on the lead. Well, they didn't exactly milk the clock on that drive, did they? 2 plays and into the end zone for the touchdown. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead and they're trying to hold on to it. He'll return it. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Gets the back moving. Back to pass on 2nd down. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
You got to give this defense tons of credit. They came in here with an outstanding game plan. They were able to execute. They have not allowed a point, and still in the 4th quarter, they are bringing it, and they get another sack. Now a lot of
work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. He'll do it himself. He is denied, cannot get to the first down marker, and it's fourth down coming. And the Falcons send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. This punt will be down just inside the 40-yard line. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 38-yard line. The inside handoff. Nice move to pick up yardage. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up.
Really nice awareness by that guy, too, because it looked as though his momentum might carry him out of bounds, might stop the clock, but he knew to get down. He was fighting to make sure he fell down in the field to play, and as a result, the clock keeps ticking.
The Buckeyes come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Pulls and fires complete. Nice move, creates some space. And another big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start.
Throws toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? The give and tick, 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 tick. It's a seam wide open. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
The Buckeyes trying to pay off the threat on first and goal. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And everybody's getting in on the fun now for this offense. From the opening whistle, they have been up and down the field. Starters are scoring. You've got backups in the game now. And I love the play calling. These guys came to your school to play in this offense to score touchdowns, so let them go do it. Make this defense prove they can stop you.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he's going to try to return this one. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. He'll keep it himself. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time. Offensively, the defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. From the gun, wants to pass. He hurls one deep down the left side. Can't make the play. Interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 4th down. The Falcons will line up to punt it away. And after that punt, that's where they'll mark it. It'll be just inside the 35-yard line. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute it.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Quickly to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
Catch in the middle. It's Clark. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages, it tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
They'll give it to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
The sweet feet buy a little time. Grabbed over the middle. It's Pope. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. And the Buckeyes will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. And the Falcons are backed up. They can feel the shadow of their own goalpost and trying to create some room. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. And listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some explosive plays on this offense, because today they've been lacking.
He'll try to do it himself. Kept it, and he's past the marker. Just what the doctor ordered to get away from the shadow of that goalpost and pick up a first down at the 23. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go.
Timeout, Ohio State.
And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Looking downfield on first down. They fought to the bitter end, and the final incompletion puts a wrap on it. We waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.
And the first games are so much fun. You've been practicing against each other over and over all through camp. Now you get to come out, start the season off 1-0, Jesse. Great start.
It was a great start for the winning team. Now, for the losing team, obviously not the way you want to get into this season. There were some mistakes with execution, and guys are going to have to do a better job individually. But that's why you play the games. You get to now go back to the drawing board, get back on the practice field, try and iron out these wrinkles. It's a long season ahead. A lot to play for.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.